G'day! In today's video I've got a DualSense controller, and this one I want to swap out the buttons with these ones. Why? I don't know, something to do. I've got a dead one of these floating around, I've got some buttons to harvest. Let's try it, let's swap it. I've already got a white controller, I've already got one of the red maroon controllers, and now I've got another white controller. So I'm going to make it so I can tell each controller is different from one another. And this is a relatively cheap way to do it, being I've already got some existing parts. Might be able to do a sticker kit, but usually those get a bit tacky after a while, so I'd much rather just use the genuine buttons and do a swap. So what I did there was I just pried up in the corners, and I was able to lift it up, and then it slides out from these two corners here. So it just kind of pokes into there. With that out, we do also need to remove the L1 and R1. Similar scenario. In, under, and lift up. If it wants to go up, there we go. In, under, lift up. And that reveals the screws on here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm using a small 000 screwdriver. That's working just fine. Over here too. Now with all those screws removed, I should be able to loosely pry. I can't remember if the back comes off or the front comes off. Do need to make sure that these tabs here are also open or disconnected. There and there. There we go. And that kind of slides out and over like that. Yeah, this is going to take a little bit longer than I first anticipated. So let's see where we end up. Start by removing the battery. Just be able to wiggle it back and forth slightly and pull up. That should hopefully come out like so. Now I'm going to ignore this body here. We'll need to take it out eventually. I'm going to take out these screws here. I'll see if I can remove one side before proceeding too much further. I can't remember how much I need to actually take apart to do this. So I guess I'll find out along the way. Maybe those ones aren't quite necessary. That one there. Undo this cable. There. Here. And then remove this one. Disconnect this one. See what happens when I go to lift. I need to keep going, I believe. Ah, there we go, that's what I was kind of hoping for. Now, what screws were there? This one looks like one of them. Aha, that was a bit easier than first anticipated. Then we get into here. Now in theory, I should be able to take this out, this out. Now there is a little tab on the bottom here. I'll drop into this gap here. And then I'll move this back over the top. Now I'm going to line up 4 little holes. You should be able to see in each corner. 1, 2, 3, 4. Line that up. Push down. That should be in there like so. Next up I want to replace this one. Now, do have a certain orientation to it. Pretty sure that's this side. I'll do the same on the other side. Spinning it around that way. Dropping it in. Similar thing here. Pull this up, put it out of the way. Go triangle. Now these should only fit in their correct locations. Square. As you can see by the cutouts. Oop. No, my circle. And I'm putting them in the wrong spots. There we go. Go that in there like so. The cover goes back over the top. Push this down. Like so. And this should be able to go back over there. Now do make sure that the microphone cable is sticking out. A little bit tricky. Go. Push the board down. Did snag that cable just there. Okay, pull that up. Push this cable back in. No. Yeah, this one's a little bit tricky to get back in. So you do have to kind of push it down. It's easy to put this, try and put this back on before you put the black cover back on. So it's a little bit fiddly. Trying to just slide a corner in to begin with. There we go, now I can push down, and that's locked into place. We'll attach this one over here. Push down, we're good. Now I should be able to put this back over the top. Like that. And then I want to put one screw in so that's going to hold this all down. So this single screw here will stop that main board wiggling around, the green PCB in the middle here. And in turn, I should be able to put the rest of the screws back in. Granted, I didn't need to fully remove all of these ones. So I did get a little bit excessive, but that's okay. There's really not that many screws in here anyway, so that's alright. There. Here. Go. This one as well. Okay, so that's now back with our modified buttons. Now I should be able to put that in similar way to the other one. Just kind of slide it up over the top and try and push it down. Okay, it's good. This little bit should slide under here, like so. Get a bit more of an idea on what's going on there. It should kind of sit there. Installed, installed. Yeah, dual microphones. Listen to the room. Big Brother's watching. Now, battery back in. Slide it under. Like so. Now we're going to hook this over the top. And then over the top, push it under, back in. Yeah, it was a little bit rough there. Chip that away. Goes. Button 2, now 4 more screws in, and then put the button, the L1, R1 back in, which is very straightforward to do. And put the little plastic trim on, and we're basically done with this one. There, 2. Over there. And here as well. Bingo, all functioning as they should. Now I've got L1, just kind of lines up over the top, push down. Same with this one, should line up over the top. And then just push down. And then we should be able to line this up first into these grooves. Then push down. Should just kind of fall into place and click in. Like so. Click that bit there. And there we go. We have one DualSense controller swapped over. Different coloured buttons. Something slightly different. Hope that helps you. And I'll catch you guys later. Bye.